Welcome to the Numerology and Astrology for June 4th, 2021. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 15, and if you add the 1 and the 5 together, you get the number 6. The number 6 reminds us that going within is the key to self-discovery. This type of patience allows for the revelation of the inner selves of others. I find everyone needs to feel safe to allow others in. I find I even need to feel safe with myself to let me in. Safety is so important because it is the only way that we can grow. I believe that is why spiritual teachings and practices have arisen the ways that they have. They intentionally create an atmosphere of safety that is conducive to opening spiritually and receiving guidance, especially when there is a teacher that we admire, respect, and want to emulate. For 1,000 years, at least, most spiritual practices and teachings required monasteries for the protection of its inhabitants. They understood that it is more difficult to learn spiritual tools if one is constantly under threat or attempting to survive. That is why having our schools threatened is so detrimental to our youth at this point in time. What kind of world are we creating if our children are afraid of someone coming in and shooting them? Why are we allowing our government to create a generation of children that will become adults running the chemicals of fight or flight on a daily basis? This is terrible for the mental health care systems. It creates a society of adults that have trouble focusing, and a fear-based society is a destructive one also. The astrology today. The moon bounces in the brave and driven sign of Aries that allows our emotions to drive us forward in ways that make us socially engaged and quick on the draw. As it trines with the sun in Gemini, it will add a dose of enthusiasm and the desire to engage with others in a much more inspired way. Great ideas could surface. If that happens, we would be wise to let them run. The moon also trines Saturn, giving a calmer flow to that same drive. It makes the energy easier to handle and feel more refreshing. Mars and Jupiter also want to play within this energetic field, giving a productive methodology to that new idea and inspiring us to find new ways to improve our present circumstances. Luck is in the air, and that feels wonderful. Use all this energy to stay motivated in progressive ways. Mars and Jupiter are in water signs, and that gives us quite a bit of focus to help us bring something new forth. I do not have a quote for today, but I do have my blog for today. And as you can tell, I'm in another hotel, and I am in the sweltering heat of Fresno. And while it was 107 yesterday, fortunately, because it is dry heat, it felt more like 90. And that is good news for me because I do not do well in heat at all anymore. Perhaps that is why I love living in Northern California. Temperate weather, more ocean moisture, and not so hot. For me, it is perfect. I contemplate how much I have changed and how much more I will need to change before I am done with this incarnation. This life is all about learning to let things go that do not serve my health and well-being. That includes everything from people to jobs, trying too hard, feeling guilty, letting go of types of exercise. And while I have loved and enjoyed the benefits of my perfectionistic side, I can tell you that in the long run it has caused emotional, mental, and spiritual discord, and the stress has impacted my physical body. Now at this age, there is no more wiggle room. I cannot push myself into spaces that cause me discomfort without carefully evaluating whether they will positively or negatively impact my body and health. Don't get me wrong. I loved all the movement and dancing that I have done in all the many forms. I still dream of dancing, and I will probably always do it. I watch others dance, and I know how that feels within my own body just by witnessing them. But time constantly reminds us that we are here for only a short time, and that stress is the ultimate killer. That is why I keep backing away from certain things. What I love about this process is that I no longer feel as if I have anything to prove to anyone. What I also love about being in this place is that while I still have so much to give, I no longer need to fit into anyone's parameters. I don't need to fit into the box that aligns with another's ego. I don't need to belong into someone else's box of chocolates. What is more amazing is that this place is not lonely or alone. It is filled with wonder and delight and others who also have stepped off the hamster wheel of the ego and into the authentic expression within. I am sure there are many more things to learn and let go of. I'm on a path that has a specific revelation that is designed for me to understand. All I can do is keep opening up to that moment. I hope everyone has a great day.